of white dudes talking crazy to this Keisha and abusing this Keisha. They'll always tell you that Brad treat them better, and Brad do this, Brad do that. Only to find out the reality. See, these diversity channels like Kristen Curtis and Miss Pink Pill, they ain't gonna tell you how these Keishas go over the fence and get dogged out by these brains. And then they try to get you smart with some of these white dudes knock the fire off their ass and talk to them like they ain't shit. And they don't say shit because that white man tell them, look here, I can get rid of your ass, knock you off and get away with it. And these brands be knocking the shit out these black chicks. Them chicks don't even be fighting Brad back. They'll fight you back, but they ain't gonna fight Brad back because they know all they have to do is call up the popos. The popos will deal with you. That's why when black women always talk about white men to get white women to get y'all killed or locked up. When you read the cases, you'll find out there's more black men getting locked up being in relationships with Keisha than being with Becky. See, it's the opposite. See, I'm gonna tell you something. Black women and white men, both of them project and deflect on a lot of shit. White men deflect and project on a lot of shit. He project his behavior on black men. He project all his criminality on black men. Once you destroy that white man's talking points and credibility, he turned really racist and white supremacist then. Because now you done exposed him, most of these white men, for the racists that they are. And most of them, I ain't gonna say all, most of them are white supremacist minded. Now what they'll do, I'm gonna show you what white dudes do. They'll sit up there like black women and project a lot. White men also talk shit when they ain't around black people, but when they say that shit to a real nigga like me. Cause I'm that nigga that's their worst nightmare. I'll beat the shit out their ass. Dislocate the jaw, put you in the hospital. Cause y'all white boys, the only reason why y'all like that, y'all got a system behind y'all. You take that system away from y'all, and a straight toe-to-toe match, y'all white boys get y'all ass whooped all the time by that. That's just real true. There's some white boys that can go throw something. I know some. They can throw something. But most of them white dudes, they raised around niggas. So they know how to go, they know how to throw something. Because technically, in the sense of the word, those white dudes that hang around us, they learn how to fight real quick. They don't have no choice but to. But back to the subject at hand, Keisha and Brad project a lot. That's why they are match made in hell. They are match made in hell. Real spill. And like I always told you all, these black women will be with white dudes if they be beating the shit out of them, leave them single mamas, all that shit. And that white man treat them like shit. And then they come to black men after being with Brad numerous years, or different white men numerous years. Then they want to come back to black men. And then they want to talk shit about white men when they ain't in a relationship with them no more. We don't want, I'm gonna tell you like this, we don't want to hear that shit. Chance had one, Chance Sade was talking to one on her channel, and we side-eye her ass. No, stay your ass over the fence. Stay your ass over the fence. We don't want you back. You been over there with Brad, and we tell brothers, nah, man, don't take these black women in that try to come back. Because the only reason why they trying to come back, because they wasn't getting treated right over there. They thought they listened to all the other divestors and swirlers talk shit, talk about black men like we ain't shit, and then they go over there with Brad and thinking it's gonna be what? Lobster and pasta and lobster and shit, only to find out they ass eating that Captain D's. They go over the fence, then they find out that they footing the bill for everything. Black women find out they footing the bill for everything. They are talking, but to them that's not struggle love, because he's coming with something that's of value to that black woman. See, when black women always talking about Brad provide, she ain't talking about financial. We figure it out now. She talking about he provided her with his whiteness and the procure of a biracial child. Mostly a little girl. They don't want little boys. They want biracial girls. But I'm gonna tell you, this the kicker. This the kicker with these black chicks. They'll get their biracial daughter, but when they get their biracial daughter and they find out that she can pull the men, whether he white or black, the quality white men that she couldn't pull. They'll pull the quality white men and the quality black men that she couldn't pull. Then she'd be resentful and jealous of her daughter. You had a Keisha that put her biracial daughter out on the street because her white man at the time kept looking at her daughter in a sexual manner. Now this is a 17-year-old girl. This white man looking at her daughter in a sexual manner, saying shit to her daughter in a sexual manner. So the girl came and told her mom about it. Instead of checking him, putting him out, she put the daughter out. You put your child out for a perverted white man? This is what a lot of these black women do. They become resentful and jealous of their own biracial daughters. They become very, very jealous of their biracial daughters because their biracial daughters can get the quality men that they can't get, whether he white or black. They don't like that. They get jealous of their daughter and then put their daughter out. And then the only thing is her mama gonna say is she trying to protect her daughter by putting her out on the street, knowing that girl don't got nowhere to go. Knowing she don't got nowhere to go. All because instead of putting that white man out she was with, she gonna go and put the baby out on the street. You dig? And see, a lot of these black chicks, when they divest or go over the fence, they rarely get married. They rarely get wiped up. Because that Brad, he found out he could take all this abuse out on her because he could do shit to her. He can not only have sex with her, but he can take all this punishment out on her because he had got into it with a nigga. And the nigga called him out and said, hey, what's up? And white boys, like they do, most of them nut up. But they find they can beat the shit out of black chicks that act masculine. And that's the only way they'll feel like a man. Like I said, most of them white boys are fucking cowards. That's why they love guns and shit so much. Yes, I love guns too, but I can throw them hands and use a gun. They can't do both. But yeah, they be getting with these black chicks, these dumb ass black chicks that get with them. and end up failing in them relationships with Brad. They end up be getting the shit beat out of them over there. And then, after they get tired of getting their ass whooped by numerous white men, they getting ran through. All of a sudden now they want to come on to the black men with some pro-black shit that we don't want to hear. We don't want to hear nothing pro-black from any black woman mouth, because 9 times out of 10, you know them black women are really anti-white women. They're just like K. Michelle, sitting up there talking about she gonna love black on up there on Cam Newton podcast, talking about how much she love white men but pro-black. Bitch, please. Bitch, please. Stop talking pro-blackness. How you gonna be pro-black you laying up with the enemy? Yep, I said it, you laying up with the enemy. Bitch, you a traitor ass bitch. We don't trust you. We don't trust you far as we can throw your all the plastic surgery you got done to your ass looking like Michael Jackson. No offense to Michael Jackson, rest in power, brother, but you up there looking like Michael Jackson in the face. Talking about how you love white men, but the white men ain't professing their love for your ass. Matter of fact, we ain't seen you with no white man, because they ain't trying to be seen with your nigga ass, K. Michelle. They ain't trying to be seen with your ass. And if any brother take K. Michelle in, nigga, you a simp. Let that bitch stay over there with Brad. They worship Brad so much, let them stay over there with white men. Let them stay over there. No reach back for the Keishas. None of them. No reach back, black man. No reach back.